Last week, I gave you real estate strategies that you can use to become a real estate investor. You choose one of those strategies or two of them based on what your personality is like, right? What do you prefer as a person? What you think you'll be able to learn and master as a person, right? So today I want to talk about one strategy and one strategy alone, because I promised you that I will be breaking down the strategies one by one so that you can understand the benefits of each strategies and the risk of each strategy, so that you are able to choose what strategy works for you. But before we get to that, right, as you know, in this channel, we talk all things real estate, all things personal finance, so that you are the driver of a financial life and not just the passenger, right? So today we'll be talking about what is flipping, what is the cons, what are the pros of actually doing flipping. Will it benefit you? Will it change your life financially in a bad way or in a good way, in a better way, right? What do you need to be able to start flipping houses, right? So in this video, at the end of the video, if I have explained it well, right, so you should be able to tell whether house flipping is your strategy that you would like to do or is not what you would like to do. So what is house flipping? What is it? So house flipping is actually a business strategy whereby an investor buys a property, they fix the property, and they sell the property for profit. So basically, in a nutshell, that's it. But usually, it's a short-term investment plan or strategy in which the goal is selling that property in a short space of time after it has been renovated or extended or whatever, right? The strategy focuses on finding distressed properties or distressed sellers, right? So what is the meaning of distressed properties? Distressed properties are properties that are not so much in a good condition. It's properties that actually need a lot of work to bring them into the standard, right? That it can be either livable, sellable, or whatever for the purpose of that property. Right? And what is the meaning of a distressed seller? A distressed seller is someone that needs to sell in a short space of time. Normally, these are people that cannot afford to stay in that property anymore because they've lost their job, maybe divorce, maybe they need to relocate in a short space of time, all those reasons. So if you are a flipper or a house flipper, this is the things. So you need to be able to identify distressed properties or distressed sellers, because you need to buy the property at a bargain. It's not just the normal property that you will buy, right? Because in normal cases, you buy the properties on market value. But because you want to sell in a short space of time, and on top of that, you want to renovate the property, which means that you need to put some upfront capital, then it really means that you need to buy at a lower than market price, right? So which is called BMV, below market price. So what are the pros? What are the pros of flipping houses? So the first one is that you make a quick profit, right? So the current statistics actually shows us that people that are house flipping at the moment, they're able to make an average 26.9% of profit, which is a very good profit. But there are factors that you must consider when you are choosing the property that you are buying to flip. So there are factors that you need to take into consideration to maximize the profit or the gains, right? The first thing is you need to look at the property location, where the property is actually located, right? You need to also look at the condition of the housing market. You need to understand at what stage are we in the housing market, right? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? What is happening? So you need to have that clear understanding, because it will tell you if you're going to be able to make the profits or not, right? You need to also look at the mode of buying the property, right? And also the thing that is important, because to maximize your profit means that possibly you need to do as much less, right? You need to do much less on that property than to spend much more money. So if you do a thorough house inspection and you know exactly what is needed, right? What is needed to be bought, what is needed to be fixed, and you are sure on that, then it's going to ensure that you maximize your profit or your gains, right? So the second part is you have complete control of the process as a house flipper. So you decide the amount of time, effort, and capital that you want to invest in that property, right? If you are not comfortable with the time, the effort, and the capital, it's up to you to decide, because nobody else is your boss. You are in charge, right? The third thing is that you will develop an understanding of what the buyer needs, right? What you need to understand is that property needs of the buyers and the preferences of the buyers, they change over time. So the more you do this house flipping, then you are able to have a clear sight of what are the needs and the preferences of the buyers. So this will also ensure that you are able to sell at a short space of time, because that is very much important. So if you clearly understand what are the trends that the buyers are looking for, and you give them what they're looking for, then it's a win-win for you, right? So the other thing which is very, very important is you'll get the opportunities to network, right? So what happens is that when you're working in a real estate industry, right, there's different players. There's bond originators, there's contractors, there's lenders, there's attorneys, there's real estate agent. So if now you are connecting with all these people, they will actually make life easier for you. Some of them will give you exclusive off the market deals, right? Which will be great for you, right? And then some of them might even invest and partner with you in your future project. So this makes really life easy for you. So you need to take that and consider that, right? Work with other people, because their expertise in their field, and they'll make life easier, and they'll provide advices that can help you, right, to make more money and to capitalize, right? The other thing is that you can turn house flipping into a full-time career, right? So if you understand the game and you play it well, you maximize your profits and you minimize your cost, because if you don't minimize your cost because maybe you didn't do a proper house inspection, you don't properly know what needs to be fixed or not, then you're gonna make a loss, right? And we don't want that. We want you to do this thing and do it the right way, right? So there are also cons or disadvantages of flipping houses. What are they? What are they? The first one is that you may have to pay high holding cost, right? So if you didn't do your things properly, right? If you didn't do your things properly, you didn't play your numbers right, maybe you didn't put the right offer, maybe you didn't anticipate the selling price very well, and then it ended up taking longer to sell the house, because now to recover the money that you have put, you will have to overprice your property, right? There will be holding cost, right? So it means you will have to pay rates and taxes for longer, insurances, utility costs, levies, all the other costs that are associated with holding that property. And now this means that you will have to to lose a bit of your profit, right? So the idea of this is actually to buy, renovate, sell at a short space of time so that you minimize all this holding cost, right? There's other costs associated with this, like there's buying costs, which are transfer and bond registration costs. There's holding costs, as I said now, and the selling costs where you need to pay the agents that is selling the property, and the cancellation of the bond that you already have if you bought the property using the bank, all those things. So these are the things that you need to take into consideration. If you don't play your numbers right, you lose, right? Another thing is that unforeseen expenses may eat away your profits, right? So I will emphasize that house inspection, before you decide to go for a flipping project, is very, 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 very important. Because if you don't know exactly what needs to be fixed and how much it's going to cost you, better you leave this alone, right? So, or you need to get an expert, right? Somebody who's an expert in maybe building houses or whatever, or house inspection or whatever, and they're able to see whatever that is wrong with the house, and they can be able to quote you properly, right? So if you are able to do that, you will see that it will be very much beneficial for you, and it will save you a lot of money. Another thing is, when you are, let's say, you decide that you are flipping the house, not just flipping or fixing whatever that is wrong, but you decide maybe to add the number of bedrooms or extend the house, right? Because you have increased the size of the house, you will know that the rates and taxes are charged according to the size of your house and the size of your stand. Now, if you increase it, if it means that you will pay more, and if you even hold that property for longer, then you are exposing yourself to pay much more in terms of the cost, right? The holding cost, right? So those are the pros and the cons of flipping a house. So tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's a good strategy? Do you think it's something that you'll consider to do? If not, wait for more. I'm going to be coming with more strategies in the next few weeks, right? So that you choose a strategy that you believe works for you, a strategy that you believe you'll be passionate about, right? So another question that you might be asking yourself is that, do you need a real estate license in order to become a house flipper? The answer for that is no. No, you don't need. But on the other hand, it's very beneficial for you to gain direct and immediate access to distressed properties and distressed sellers if you have a real estate license, because you'll be practicing as a real estate agent. So it's very much beneficial, right? I'll close it here for tonight. But if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. Do share with your friends so that I can reach more people like you, can be able to help more people like you, right? As you know, this is the big elephant, Ndokuria Manenje. Cheers. I'm done for now. I'll see you on the next one.